eat cheese if you
You're right.
cheese.
You're right.
Nancy, you let me know when you're ready.
I will, one moment.
Keep track of all this stuff. Yep. A lot going on here. All right.
I'd like to call a regular meeting of the Wyckoff Township Committee to order. Please rise for the flag salute. Remain standing for the invocation. Please salute. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I ask,
Stay standing, please.
Louis to give us the invocation?
Bow your heads. I'll give a brief invocation. Lord in heaven, we thank you for bringing us together here tonight to consider the business of our township. We ask that you give us wisdom and give us the right to make the right decisions. We thank you for all of our staff who have participated and brought us the things we need to deliberate on tonight. We also, Lord, thank you for Betty Vanderplatte, who we honored at the earlier meeting. We thank you for her many years of longevity and all the service she has given to our town. And we ask that you continue to bless her. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, Nancy, could you read the Open Public Meetings Act notice, please?
Yes, Mayor. This regular business meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff is now in session. In accordance with Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, I wish to advise that notice of this meeting has been posted on the bulletin board in Memorial Town Hall and on our Township Committee's website page. A copy has been filed with the municipal clerk, and copies were emailed to the Ridgewood News, the Record, and to the North Jersey Herald News, all newspapers with general circulation throughout the Township of Wyckoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers. Do a roll call.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Boonstra?
Here.
Mr. Fisher?
Here.
Mr. Melchione?
Here.
Mr. Shanley?
Here.
And Mayor Madigan.
I hear. Okay, can I have a motion for a public comment period, 5 minutes per speaker for public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the Township of Wyckoff?
So move. Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchione?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Okay, if there's any
With
member of
an
the
affirmative
public,
vote, the motion is approved.
sorry Nancy, if there's any member of the public that wishes to address the governing body, wish to make a comment, please come forward. Address
I'm
yourself.
Jerry Getting, 629 Lowlands Road. I'd like to
Jerry.
ask you a question. Could you kindly explain to me the assignments of every one of your commissioners here?
We published the assignments at the beginning of January. I don't have a list in front of me now, but
Well, you know what one is a police commissioner, is he not?
I'm the police commissioner.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, okay. And, okay, but you don't have
Mr. Melchione's the fire commissioner.
fire commissioner? All right. Can you explain to me the chain of command in the township of Wyckoff?
This is, Mr. Getty, this is just for public comments.
Yeah, comments.
It's not a
This is not
question
Q&A.
and answer time.
Right.
I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you after the meeting if you have
Yeah,
any questions.
help you out.
Because I want to know who the police chief reports to.
Reports to the governing body. Police commissioner, deputy police committee.
Who is the police commissioner?
I'm the police commissioner.
Oh.
Mr. Booth
I'm
is
the
deputy
deputy.
police
He
commissioner,
was.
police
Okay,
committee.
all right. What's it say? Oh, I have an article here about a young man who's from a different town, and he's instituted collecting batteries and everything at the his township recycling. Now, I think that would be a good idea for us to have, because in the fluorescent bulbs and stuff, yeah, you're stuck with them for 6 months or a year, wherever. So why can't we have that included maybe twice a year in our own town?
All right, good comment. If you have a copy of that, could you leave it with Nancy and she'll get us copies?
All right, I'll give it to her, yeah.
That'd be great, thank you.
Now, the other thing is, I have a police report here, and the police report says the last one was March 8th, 2023. The one before that was November 29th, 2022, and then September 29th, 2022, etc. Why are we not getting police reports on the internet? And the police reports are very, just one or two comments. There's nothing about how many tickets were issued. There's no activity showing in the police reports. I think it's very remiss in that. And I also have here, I brought it up before, a letter from the police department regarding a 6-month period where no tickets were issued on Lowlands Road. Now, I know there's somebody besides me who lives on Lowlands Road who's very much aware of speeding on Lowlands Road, and it is continuing. I am planning, when it gets warm enough, that I'm going to go with my speed gun, and I'm going to try to take my phone and do both, and take pictures of the cars speeding and their license plates, and I'll give it to you all. Because somebody should do something about it. We have young children now on Lowlands Road, and Lowlands Road is one of the narrowest roads in the area. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Anybody else from the public? Seeing none, could I have a motion to close to the public?
Motion to close.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, could I have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of April 4th, the work session and the business meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, so this is a nice time tonight. I asked Library Director Laura Leonard to come to address the governing body, let us know what's going on at the library, tell us about the members of the library board and all the good thing. I think next week is officially Library Week, and she's done a minor presentation to the library board, which I'm on this year, being the mayor, and I was just very impressed. I said, you know what? I think we know about it, but it'd be nice for all members of the governing body and the public to know. So, Laura, do you want to come forward? And I see she's here with Peggy Shigaris, who she'll introduce, the president of the library board, and so on. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. So as Mayor Madigan said, next week we celebrate National Library Week, and it's a good opportunity for me to remind residents what the library has to offer, and also just to brag a little bit about the resources we have. So first, I'd like to thank members of the Library Board of Trustees. They include Vince Antonacci, Peggy Shigaris, who is our board president, Lauren DeCourt, Tony Donato, Kathleen Lane, Lori Peters, Brian Saxton. Representing the schools is Donna Macaluso, as well as Mayor Madigan. I want to thank you for inviting me here and recognizing the importance of the library to our residents. The Wyckoff Library has a storied 100-plus year history that includes 4 locations, many staff members, an ever-evolving collection. But what remains constant throughout that century is the goal of connecting people with information and with one another. I want to express my gratitude to our current and former staff, the friends of the library, many of whom have served since the 70s, and they're still supporting us. They're over at the book club meeting right now. The Township Committee, and of course, the residents of Wyckoff for valuing and supporting our library. So next week, as we celebrate National Library Week, the theme is There's More to the Story. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what that means to me. When people think about libraries, what do they think of? Most likely, it's the ability to borrow books, movies, music, magazines, the loaning of materials, although that is still a crucial tenet to our mission at the library, it's not the only thing we provide. Last year, we did loan over 208,000 items to our patrons. Nearly 40,000 of those were digital items. And although, again, that is critical to what we do, there's a lot more to our story. The library is a valuable space for our residents to connect with each other, receive assistance, and learn from a variety of events designed or coordinated by our staff. In 2022, the library hosted 561 programs that over 12,000 people attended, from babies to people in their 90s. I think that's really the only institution in town that we serve babies to people in their 90s and even hundreds. These programs strengthen the fabric of our community, and they provide a shared sense of belonging. One of my favorite examples was last summer. We were getting ready for a big children's event, and there were a number of families kind of gathered around the circulation desk, some waiting to return things, some waiting to check things out. And there were two little boys who don't go to the same elementary school, but they had met each other at camp. And the one whispered to his mom, "I know him. I know him," like very excitedly. And the mom just turned and said, "I know. When we come to the library, we see old friends and we get to meet new friends." And to me, that really epitomized something that people maybe don't realize is so important. It's the relationship building that happens in our building. And again, we had a lot of programs last year, and we are increasing the number of programs in 2023. So we look forward to continuing to do that. In addition, people come to the library to seek help answering questions, locate material, placing requests. Last year, we answered over 14,000 questions, and they ranged from book recommendations to genealogical searches, job research, emailing resumes, health information, and a lot of technical assistance. People also come to use our computers or connect to our Wi-Fi. We had over 15 visitors, 15 would not be enough, 15,000 visitors who did that in 2022. And all in all, the library was visited by 44,552 people in 2022. The first quarter of 2023 has been much busier. We still are 2022 was our first nearly normal year post-COVID, but we can see it's just ramping up more so this year. As I hope you can see, the reasons that people choose to use our library are as varied and unique as those visitors themselves. So the library is a place where everyone is invited to connect, discover, and create. And I encourage you and anyone that may be listening to come visit us during National Library Week. We have a lot of fun events planned, or whenever it suits your schedule. You may be surprised that there's more to the story than you knew. So thank you again for inviting us and the continued support.
Laura, before you sit down, I want to thank you, and maybe some other comments. You've done a tremendous job as our library director here.
Thank you.
These past many years. And I want to thank you, your staff, obviously your library board and the Friends of the Library, and everybody you say incorporates to make the fabric. And again, it is a central meeting spot, and there's a lot going on, and a lot of balls you're juggling, and
Yeah.
it's a great tribute to yourself, and particularly to the Township of Wykoff. So thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome. And thank you again for inviting me and also for your support. Many of you have either served on the board or helped the library in other different ways. So thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Okay, now we're gonna get to the 2023 municipal budget public hearing. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing and further consideration of the 2023 municipal budget?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, before we get to motions and approvals and all that, I just want to give an update. I was pleased to be a member with Committeeman Melchiong this year as we worked on the budget. I want to thank all the department heads that worked so hard, helping us put it together by giving us priorities. And special thanks, obviously, to Diana, our CFO, Fran for her assistance, as well as Matt. So I'm just gonna read you some of the information, just to make sure that we cover it and we say it the right way. So, Pete and I, as I mentioned, worked diligently to limit the growth of the budget, provide a stable tax rate, despite requirements to address increased expenses, such as garbage and recycling collection and disposal, gasoline and fuel, mandated pension costs, and employee health costs. The 2023 tax increase on the average home assessed at $803,100 is $188.73 for 2023. Tax rate increase of 2 3/10% of $100 worth of valuation. The municipal budget is within the mandated budget and all tax levy caps. Pete?
Holding the line on costs. Each year, the Township Committee develops a budget that strives to strike a balance between essential tax increases while providing the suitable investments to maintain our resident services and invest in our aging infrastructure. In 2023, this task was made more difficult by increases in primary services provided, such as garbage and recycling collection, solid waste disposal, gasoline and fuel, pensions, health benefits, and workers' compensation insurance costs. An increase in garbage and recycling collection costs for the average home makes up $178.35, more than 94% of the total tax increase. The 2023 budget also anticipates increases in mandated expenses and increases due to current market conditions such as health benefits, debt service payments, and gasoline and fuel, while also addressing changes in the economy that may affect the collection of non-tax revenues. Service and safety investments. In 2023, the budget reflects a decision to continue investing in the township's infrastructure. It includes funds allocated for road resurfacing and replacing DPW rolling stock, which has reached the end of its useful life. To comply with state and federal mandates, firefighter safety equipment such as personal protective gear and self-contained breathing apparatus for search and rescue are funded. Additional pedestrian safety improvements and traffic calming devices will continue to be deployed in 2023 for enhanced pedestrian safety. In addition, the 2023 budget continues the progress of providing police officer radio and software upgrades, which will improve public safety.
Okay, and just lastly, just want to mention that we try to maintain all our priorities, controlling the increase of expenditures, pursuing positive fiscal operations, such as seeking grants from all levels of government, and reducing operating costs through competitive bidding and shared services. Cost reduction and enhanced technology have been realized by regionalization with the township's many shared services agreements, which include 911 dispatch service, renewed public services with the Bergen County Health Department for another 5 years, fuel facilities and vehicle maintenance services to the Wyckoff Board of Ed, strategic purchasing through Northwest Bergen Cooperative Purchasing Consortium, and the Wyckoff Oakland Franklin Lakes Wolf Group Shared Services Group. So that summarizes, and there'll be a press release going out tomorrow. And I'd like to call the governing body's attention to number 9, where the public hearing, we want a motion to open the public hearing for further consideration of the 2023 budget. This is for the public hearing for 2023 municipal budget, 2 minutes per speaker for public comment. Can I have a motion, please?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan.
Aye, yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, can I have a motion to close the public hearing on the 2023 municipal budget?
Motion to close.
Roll call. Second?
I
We
need
have
a
a second?
Second.
Thank you. Mr.
Roll.
Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
Mayor Madigan?
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, can I now have a motion to adopt the 2023 municipal budget via resolution 22-173?
Motion to approve the 2023 municipal budget via resolution 22-173.
23 dash, sorry,
What? Oh, 23.
23, sorry, that's a
23.
typo.
Typo, got it. So resolution 23173.
Correct.
Good catch, Nancy, thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll
Mr.
call,
Boonstra?
please.
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, Nancy, could you take us through the consent agenda, please?
Absolutely. All matters listed below are considered by the Township Committee to be routine in nature. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If any discussion is desired by the Township Committee, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Following resolutions. April is Donate Life Month. In celebration of National Library Month. Authorization of vouchers and payment of bills. Green purchasing policy. Release of professional escrow for 720 Hickory Hill Road. Return of certain overpaid taxes, fees, etc. Transfer of liquor license number 0270-44-006-008. And then authorizing the filing of a grant application with the NJDEP for an MS4 permit grant, and authorizing the filing of the 2022 recycling tonnage grant. We have several ordinances for introduction. Ordinance number 1979, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $456,000 for improvements or purposes authorized to be undertaken by the Township of Wykoff, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and providing the necessary funds therefor. Ordinance number 1980, an ordinance amending ordinance number 1934 and number 1961, entitled an ordinance appropriating funds for major vehicle repairs and appropriating additional funds for the said purpose. Ordinance number 1981, amending ordinances number 1619, 1646, 1688, 1738, 1773, 1829, 1853, 1933, and 1960, entitled An Ordinance Appropriating Funds for Future Field Improvements and Safety Enhancements and Appropriating Additional Funds for said purpose. And the last is ordinance number 1983, the bond ordinance authorizing various improvements and acquisitions, including road resurfacing, Pistol Range roof repair, acquisition of an asphalt patcher trailer, pickup truck utility body, mini packer truck, and fuel force management system in, by, and for the Township of Wykoff in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,584,500 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,178,500 of bonds or notes of the Township to finance part of the cost thereof. I have three motions. The first is to approve Wykoff Education Foundation's Family Fun Run and Walk and Carnival to be held on Saturday, September 9th, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the grounds of Eisenhower Middle School. The event will feature a family color run and walk, food, games, and other amusements for families. Second, to approve the Zabriskie House Board of Trustees' request to post temporary signage to promote History Day in conjunction with the Northwest Bergen History Coalition at the Zabriskie House on Saturday, April 29th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Signs to be posted for the 10-day period beginning April 20th, 2023 and ending April 29th, 2023. Also requesting permission to utilize an electronic message board at Town Hall to promote the event. And thirdly, to approve and memorialize the application of Greg C. Gutowski as a firefighter with Fire Company Number 1. May I have a motion and a second to approve this consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
There's
We have
no
no e-
ordinances, so I'd like to call for a motion to adjourn the business
moved.
meeting.
Second.
Mr. Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yes,
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
thank you, everybody.
We are adjourned.